Hey, quick safety reminder before we get started. Always wear gloves when you're dealing with semi-auto or full auto weapons, especially if they're the open bolt variety from around World War II. They malfunction. It's a nature of the gun. Sometimes they fire out of battery, and that's exactly what happened to me. Fired halfway out of battery, and now I have a piece of shrapnel there that I actually picked a bunch out with a pair of tweezers. I don't know if it'll show up on cam, but I've got just this hand is peppered with black marks. I think you can see a couple of them. You can definitely see the shrapnel that's in there. I've scrubbed it out. It's been like 4 days. They're still in there. I can feel them. It sucks. Stung for like 20 minutes. I'm not seriously injured by any stretch of the imagination. Just, you know, annoyance that it'll all fall out. It's fine. But I wasn't wearing gloves. I was wearing my safety glasses. But for those kind of gloves, it's a good guns. It's a good idea to wear gloves. Otherwise, you could possibly have something like that happen. It's no one's fault. It happens. So moving on. SOG multi-tool, greatest multi-tool ever made. Every other multi-tool I've ever owned, it was just a convenience tool. They weren't really great for anything. You know, they have so many different functions, but they're good at none of them. This, on the other hand, is superior to some of the tools. To a pair of needle nose pliers, regular pair of needle nose pliers, it's superior because it has the power assist. It can cut right through just about anything. Pennies, bottle caps, wire, just about anything. With the greatest of ease, I can do that with one hand, no problem. Leaves no marks. I don't know if my camera will pick that up. No marks on it. I use this thing every single day to cut stuff. Just absolutely wonderful tool. The knives on it are great. I used this to cut hose not too long ago. Heavy duty coolant hose. Just slices right through it like it's nothing. And I've used this to saw wood, and it still just sharp as the day I took it out. Wonderful knife. Safeties on this are nice. It's also nice that they included two knives on this, one serrated, one not. The non-serrated straight edge blade is great for food preparation. You know, normal things you use a knife for. The serrated blade is great for cutting fibrous material, plastic, just about anything. So you've got two knives that function well in different tasks. You don't have to sacrifice some utility by having half serrated blades, which is awesome. Good steel too, they stay sharp. The tools on this one are held in with piano key retention. Another good thing is they have a cover over the tools. Some of the multi-tools you have are very uncomfortable to use. This one's nice because it's got that cover. Very nice. Tools, just normal stuff. You got a file in there, useful. The lock's nice and tight in. You got one screwdriver. You got a Phillips head screwdriver. You've got a larger one that's nice for opening paint cans as well. I've had a number of times. I've had this for about 1.5 years. I've used it for everything. Got that nice little screwdriver in there that I sometimes use to take apart guns. This one, however, is useless. This is seatbelt cutter, or, you know, straight cut, or whatever they call it. It's useless. I'm going to switch this out for a saw. They offer replacements on SOG's website. Little on the expensive side, but you know, it's nice that you can replace them, switch them out. This thing is pricey compared with Gerbers, which are absolute junk. Don't even consider them. I've owned 2 Gerbers and a Leatherman. Actually, 2 Gerbers and 2 Leathermans, but I lost the one Leatherman. But Gerbers, just absolute junk. Broke 2 of them. They split right here with just normal use. The Gerber Mystery Steel is absolute junk. Wouldn't even consider it. It's not a cheaper option. It's a toy. They just suck. The Leathermans are great. If you got a Leatherman, toss it in your tackle box. It's great for you know, just using while you're fishing or whatever. But this is an actual tool. This is a heavy duty tool, and it's a lifesaver. We were down in southern Ohio and blew a coolant hose. And it was dark. We had to fill it up with lake water just as the sun was going down. We filled up an ammo can with more lake water to make it 9 miles back to the house. Friend that's down there. We had to fill up halfway back. We duct taped up the coolant hose. It was a high pressure hose. worked all right, actually. I was surprised. I held it enough to get us back, but thank God for duct tape. But we finally got back. We got the hose, took his car, got the replacement part, pointed the other car at our car with the headlights using a tiny little flashlight. Now this is a 10-minute job normally. You just have to take off the clamps with a pair of vice grips, you know, switch everything out. Fine, 10-minute job. Turned into an hour-long job. Because one of the clamps was bent, we couldn't get it to lock open. We couldn't get the vice grips around it once we got it off, because it bent out too far. I suddenly realized I've got this on my hip. I whipped this out, and because of the power assist on this thing that you can use to, you know, cut bottle caps in half with one hand, I was able to close it with no problem whatsoever. Those things are so tight. They hold a high pressure hose on the gasket, but you can't use your hand. Vice grips, you gotta have vice grips, but this thing did it with ease. This power assist turns this tool into just an amazing heavy duty tool. It's better than having a pair of needle nose around. This can do things that a needle nose can't. The cutters on these are excellent. I use them all the time, not a ding in them. It's just wonderful. I love this knife. I would choose it over any multi-tool on the market. It is pricey. Sometimes there's specials on Amazon for them, which is where I got this one, but well worth the money. I recommend this over any multi-tool that's on the market, especially Gerber, which are complete effing junk. But definitely looking to get one of these if you want to give multi-tools a second chance. Like I said, I thought they were junk and just for, you know, the convenience of them for years. But once I found this, I carry this with me every single day. This is part of my EDC. It's great. Love this knife. So, there you go.